Welcome back, everybody. Boyd here with you. Well, at long last, you guys were back with our work on another update on our 72-inch Enterprise. This is the original series Enterprise. A lot of you guys have followed with the original videos that we did introducing this build a while back. It's been a couple of years now. As I've been talking about all along, you guys, this was going to be a really slow project. I really wanted to do this model exceptional, and so we've been developing a lot of upgrades for this kit, internal armature structures and things like that. It took a lot of time to design it, do 3D printing, all kinds of different things that we're going to be incorporating into this build because we really want to do this top notch. And so I appreciate you guys being patient, waiting for updates on this, but I'm really excited to get back onto it. When the pandemic came through, it really put the whammy on everything we were working on. So we're back in full swing now. Today you can see I've got the top of the saucer here in front of you. And what I'm going to be working on today is we're going to be cutting the opening in the top of the saucer so that we can get lighting up into our bridge. And that way we can get this BC deck here permanently attached onto the top of the saucer. So what I've done is I've carefully measured and laid everything out here to make sure the bridge is in the right place. Now on the saucer here we have the detail that's been engraved into it. It might be a little bit hard to see because it's white here, but we've got these little panels back here at the rear. We've got the very bow, if I can get the shadow out there, you can see it right there for our bow light here. So we know that's our center line. So I'm running that all the way back here and lining it up with these two windows here in the front of the BC deck. You can see I've already got this resin part all finished off really nice here. And we used our solar res there to make the windows. And they're going to look really beautiful. At the end of this video, we're going to throw a little bit of lighting here and show you how this looks. But so I've done a lot of careful laying out and measurements of where the bridge is supposed to go. So I've gone around this now that I've got it in place, and I've marked it with a little pencil. So I'm going to be coming back here in a second, and we're going to take a drill, and we're going to drill a series of holes around here kind of close to this edge. I want to stay inside of this line by about 1/8 of an inch all the way around just to be safe. And that'll be open plenty big enough to put the bridge on there and have a little bit of wiggle room to move it if we need to. And then we can make a nice seal all the way around that and get it glued down and finish up with some putty around there. And it'll all be perfectly in place and it'll look really nice. We're going to be using a bridge interior for this that can be brought up from down below. A little bit more on that a little bit later on, but that's the plan, guys. So I'll drill a series of holes here. Then I'm going to use a grinding tool to go in here and open all this up. So I'll be right back with the start of that. Excited to get going again, you guys. Okay, you guys, you can see what I've done here is I've gone around the inside of my marked line here, and I've just made a series of holes here. I just picked kind of a medium-sized drill bit, and I've just been punching my way through all the way. That way, when I come back with my grinding tool here, I can just go between these short little spaces here, and we can slowly work out this whole entire piece. So I've been using my little cordless drill here, so I'll just show you these last couple of holes and how I was doing it. Real simple, just trying to keep it basic same distance between the two holes. And one last one here. Okay, we use a little bit of air and get this cleaned off. And you can see we've got a nice little kind of pre-stamped pattern here that we can go around. Now I'm going to be using my air-powered grinding tool here. This carbon fiber is some really tough material. I've been finding that out along the way with this build here. And so it'll take quite a bit of steam here to get this opened up. And I'll be showing you some of this, but I'm not going to take you through the whole thing because it's going to be really noisy and annoying. But I'll try to turn the sound down for you guys a little bit too. So let me get set up here really quick, and we'll start making a hole here. One thing I want to do is something I just thought of. I'm going to drill a couple more holes here so we can get a hole started for our grinding tool to go into here. Just going to drill these fairly close together here. All right, that should work. And we'll start off with our grinding tool here. I'll turn the sound down now for you guys so you don't get blown out, but this is going to be loud and messy work for the next several minutes here. Okay, we got our hole opened up there. I'm gonna spin it back around this way so I can get a little bit closer to it. Make sure I stay in the camera for you guys here. There we go. Okay, here we go. All right. Messy and loud, like I said, you guys, but it worked out pretty good. I've just got to go back around this edge now a little bit and just kind of clean this up. This doesn't have to be perfect, but we'll make it look a little bit better here real quick. Okay, you guys, well, I've got that all cut out, and you can see it's looking pretty nice. It's just basically roughed in. I had to take a second there. I'm wearing a mask, so I don't breathe in all these fumes, but it looks really good. So I'm going to take some 180 grit sandpaper now, and I'm just going to kind of go around these edges a little bit, just to knock down any last little burrs and stuff that are on there. Okay. Very happy with this, you guys. All right, what I'm going to do really quick is I'm going to stop the camera. I'm going to go ahead and get this all cleaned up a little bit. And then we'll bring our BC deck back in here and start laying it out and get ready to glue it down. Be right back. Okay, everybody, I'm back with you again, and I've got the bridge placed on here. I made sure I made all my careful measurements again and got this exactly located where it's supposed to be. And I've got it taped down to hold it in place here. So now I'm just going to be using some regular CA glue, and I'm just going to come up to this edge right here, and I'm just going to let this capillary action get in here and glue this in place. I'm just putting a little bit at this time just to kind of get it locked in and, you know, held in place. And then I'm going to be coming from the back side with some thicker stuff here and gluing it from that side. But all I'm trying to do right now is just get a temporary little bond going on here so we can pull our tape off and then start doing our putty work on the inside or around the outside edge here. You got to be really careful with this thin CA. It's really runny and it'll take off on you. Okay, that's about all it'll take, you guys. And I'll just go ahead and hit this with a little bit of our accelerator here. That will work itself all the way around with that capillary action there, you guys. Okay, I'll give this a few minutes to cure up. I'll pull the tape, and then we're going to come back and start applying some putty around that little edge there and get that cleaned up. And then we'll finish up with showing you a little bit of test lighting on that to see how the windows look when they're lit up. Be right back. We're back once more, everybody, and what I'm getting ready to do now is we've had our bridge drying for a little while. I pulled the tape off, so now we're going to be using some of this perfect plastic putty here, and we're going to go ahead and fill this little edge in around here a little bit to make that look a little cleaner, and then that'll be all sealed up really nice. So let's go ahead and lay down a bead of this stuff. Just a nice, steady, even pressure on that tube, and it'll come out of there nice and smooth for you. I'm loving this plastic putty more and more the more I use it. Being it's water soluble, it cleans up really nice. And the tube, I've noticed that the difference in this product, they have this product available in two different versions, in this sort of foil tube and the regular plastic tube. If you have a choice, I'd recommend buying it in this foil tube, because I found out with experience that the plastic tubes, for whatever reason, I don't know if the cap doesn't seal very well or what it is, but over time it tends to dry up and turn hard. Where I've had several tubes of this foil type that have sat for 6 months before I've used them, or even after I used them, and they don't get hard. So something going on with that. But so if you have a choice, I recommend getting this one, guys. But there we go. We laid down a little bit of putty there. I'm going to just take my finger here, and we're going to go ahead and smooth this out a little bit. And then should be all set. We'll have a nice seal all the way around. And then I've got my little shop towel here, and I'm going to put a little bit of water on it and just clean up a little bit of putty that got onto the part of the saucer that we don't really need. All right, and just like that, you guys, we've got it all sealed up. What I'll do now is let this dry. I'll come back around this with some light sandpaper. It probably only take like 320 or maybe some 600. And then we'll get that kind of smoothed out, and we'll show you what that looks like. We're going to throw a little bit of test lighting in this to show you how the windows light up. And I've got some really cool goodies that have come in for this model that we've been working on that I want to show you here at the end. Be right back with all that, you guys. Okay, everybody, well, it's time to get rid of our excess putty around our BC deck and our saucer top here. So this is another example, you guys, of where this perfect plastic putty works really good because it's water soluble. I just took this shop towel here and wetting it with a little bit of water, and you can see that I'm going to be able to go around this thing and wipe away our excess putty. And we're just going to be leaving it down in the gap where the rag basically can't reach it. And we're just wiping off all the excess putty that we got on the, the edge of the saucer here and the upper part of the BC deck. Kind of a before and after. Kind of like sanding a little bit here, but without all the dust and all the mess. Okay, there you go. We're all finished up here. Just a couple little streaks left here and there, but it all came out really nice, and it's all sealed up. We've got a nice, even bead all the way around. So this came out really nice, you guys. No sanding required. This is going to look really good once we blend our primer into the, you know, from the top to the rest of this part here. And with our final paint job, it'll look really good. We won't have any issues with light leaks or anything like that. I'm going to actually spray the inside of the dome, put some masks on the inside, and spray the inside of this with some white so we get some nice light reflection. We've got a really nice 3D printed, really detailed bridge that's going to go in this a little bit later that you guys will see, along with the shuttle bay and some other cool details. So there you go. Now I'm going to take my we're actually going to use some warm white lighting for this later on, you guys, but I just want to show you real quick if I can how the lights are going to look in here. Kind of something like that. Hopefully that's showing up in the camera for you guys, but yeah, it's going to look really good. It's got the nice kind of frosted look to the windows like the original studio model does, using this solar res. We're going to be using some more of that down the road that you guys will get to see when I'm doing some work on the secondary hull. All right, I'm going to have one little final segment for you guys here. I'll be right back, and we're going to throw some goodies on the bench and show you some cool stuff that came in for this kit. Be right back with that. Okay, everybody, well, before we wrap everything up here, I just thought you guys might be interested in seeing this. I got some really cool stuff in. I had this made by Jerry at HDA Model Works. He did a fantastic job with this stuff, you guys. What we have here is we have all of our painting masks for the big Enterprise here. You can see we've got the huge NCC-1701 that goes on the top of the saucer. You can see the scale of this thing compared to the 1350. This is going to be huge, but these look really great. That S is actually there. It just hasn't been weeded off of the vinyl yet. But here we've got the pennants for the side of the secondary hull. We've got some markings for the bottom of the engine nacelles on both sides. We've got the pennants for the nacelles and the NCC-1701 for that. Really cool. Some more of the same. And then we've got a really nice decal set here for the shuttle bay, which I showed you guys a while back. I might pull that out of hibernation here and show that to you again in another update coming up pretty soon. We're going to be, I think you guys have seen the main part of it, but I'm working on the floor part of it now and some other stuff. We're going to be printing up an in-scale shuttlecraft to go in there too, with some really nice detail on it so we can light up the interior and everything. So you guys will all be seeing that stuff really soon. This is going to be really moving along. Our goal is to have this done for our model show next year in October, so we should be seeing some regular updates here on the channel. Again, thanks so much for being patient on this, you guys. But we're back at it full swing here. I've got a lot of work cut out for me over the winter between getting the refit finished here and getting the big 72-incher done so we can have it there at the show so you guys can come and see it. So that's a wrap for this video, you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back again very shortly, another week or so, with another update on the big ship over here. And I'm going to be working more on the saucer. I've got to put a couple holes in here for our navigation lights and our bow light here at the front. And then we're going to turn next to the bottom half of the saucer and get all the windows finished on that. And then that'll be ready for assembly very shortly here soon. The internal armature will be coming in, and we'll show you that. And it's a beautiful design. So a lot to look forward to, you guys. We'll see you on the next video. And until we do, take care and happy modeling, you guys.